Hi folks, this is Anne-Marie Band here at thetradingbook.com, and when we have jittery markets where we read a lot of things and it makes us nervous and we either begin to sell or buy a ton of puts, here is the number one thing that I want you to ask yourself. What just happened, and does this affect liquidity of dollars? Okay? If what just happened doesn't affect liquidity, and that means the seizing up of credit markets, you're going to come in, we will test a support action, and that support action will stabilize and find itself some buyers. When we have very big sell-offs, like we did last week, it's a pretty savage sell-off since February or something like that, we know a lot of times it sells off into value area where people will begin to buy. And that is what is happening this morning and why we're battling around these particular zones. All right. So the first thing is, should I be alarmed? And you can answer that question by, is this news that involves a seizing up of credit markets? That might be the case in the long run, but it is not the case right now. We sold off because there's a new, very transmittable variant of the coronavirus, and it's causing lockdowns from cross travel. Okay, we understand that, but if we look back to the way the markets behaved in times prior, over these kinds of scares, we're going to see that we bounced off of key support zones. So the question is, one, what just happened? Two, what should happen based on what just happened? All right, and so we think about things from that perspective. We think about things like, first of all, did I test an area of old support? And do I see buyers trying to recover it? And you can see that from our weekly chart. We opened here on the week and we have continually bounced off the range. Where does weakness occur? It's going to occur underneath the low of this candlestick. People are going to freak out. If it gets there and it doesn't bounce, it's going to send us into the next ledge of frontline support, which is really the breakout area from way back in October, right? Something like that. Okay, so what do we have to look at? We're looking at price action that's bouncing. What is the key area that the price action should recover to continue forward? Old support, that is now new resistance, must recapture itself as support. So until we breach this area and pull back and retest it, we have no idea whether this fall that is trying to recover is going to hold. But what we do know is the following. In the morning when it opens up, we think about what just happened. We came down into a low, and now we're bouncing off of that low. And what does that mean? It means that sellers are buying to cover, and buyers are trying to move price action into old resistance levels that they hope to recover. Those buyers might be long-term buyers, they might be algorithmic buyers, they might be day trading buyers, they might be anything and all, but this is what is happening. So far this morning, we've got this test up of 46.50. We faded. We want to come in and over this 36-37 area. It's been a region of congestion all night long. If we hold it, we're going to try the 65 to 90 area, and then that's going to give us a go. Otherwise, we are going to chop around here and not move in terms of broad price action. So what do you want to do? You want to wait if you're looking for swing long. If you're looking for intraday motion, you should be thinking to yourself what just happened and what should happen if the price action is moving. And here's something very interesting. If you have an upward sloping 5, that's a 5 simple moving average. It might be a 4 typical price action, so it's carrying all the mid lines, right? But if you have something that's upward sloping and something crashes below it, the first thing traders are going to try and do is recover this price action. Whether they will or they won't is up in the air, but we do know that's what they're going to try. And so your trades should be set up with, oh, well, that's what they're going to try because that's what happens every time we lose an upward sloping average. Here it is down here. We tried, but we couldn't recover. And that's what's going on here. Are we going to try and recover, or are we going to try and not recover? That's a question mark. Down here, we definitely know they're going to try. So this is where the trade execution ought to be, on these edges until they get up to resistance. Now we're in a little bit of a mosh pit, but they are going to try to get here. That's their goal for the day.